Okay, recording this video after close of trade Tuesday, 1st of March 2011. And what a day. I think the range high to low was over 30 points. We closed down at 13.01 even. 2.7 million contracts traded. And occasionally you get a good call, and I think my call yesterday was pretty good. I'm going to explain what I was looking at, just to go through in a little bit more detail, show you something more than what I showed yesterday in yesterday's video. First of all, just on the sine wave, better sine wave indicator here, we're kind of still a couple of days off a cyclical turn here. It's coming closer on the Dow and the Nasdaq in terms of finding some support here. So I think we're going to get some kind of bounce, sometime. But putting in this low is going to take a couple of days, particularly after the kind of just destruction that we saw today. Just going back to the 15-minute chart and the 135-minute chart. So on the 135-minute chart, this was the cyclical turn that I could see kind of forming on this time frame that was going to be coinciding with an end of trend warning signal in the lower time frame. So I look at my low, medium, high time frames, and each one is a factor of 3 higher. So the low time frame for a 135-minute chart is a 15-minute. So you multiply 15 by 9, you get 135 minutes. So on the 15-minute chart, you can see here we'd had this trend move. It kind of bottomed out here at 92, and we've been moving in a trend move since. And so, with the activity, the spike up overnight, that formed our end of trend warning signal, which was an end of an uptrend that coincided, with this cyclical move here from bottom to top. So that was kind of an important cyclical point. Then on top of that, you load in the average trade size. And let me just show you this one chart. This is the 135-minute chart, and down below this is the average trade size that's happening. This is the close of yesterday, where we closed up at 26.5. So on that bar there, you can see yesterday's close. That was very unusual activity to have an average trade size greater than 8 happening at the end of yesterday. So for me, and when we looked at all of the tick bar charts, you could see all the professionals kind of coming into those highs. So if you go to the 13,500 tick bar chart, all these professional blue bars here, we spiked up overnight. With this kind of rush up to 35, formed an end of trend up here, and this was all based on low average trade size, kind of amateur activity, Rambo bars up there at the high. But if you look at this bar here, this average trade size over 8, within a pullback move here under a significant high, where we've kind of, this is almost like the professionals using this as a last opportunity to kind of get short on this retrace, and then they've kind of rode it down. So that was for me the kind of the clincher in this. So it's the cyclical activity on the 135-minute chart coinciding with end of trend kind of cycles on the lower time frame, and then looking at the average trade size at the end of yesterday kind of signaled that there was a lot of professional activity taking profits at the highs. And I get this kind of question perennially. It's like, how do you know that's professional selling at the highs or professional buying at the lows? I don't know why people find this so difficult to understand. Professionals sell high and buy low. It's as simple as that. Yes, there are kind of breakout moves. So out of congestion, you'll find kind of amateurs, professionals kind of breaking out congestion. I've talked about this. This is either kind of a jumping the creek or falling through the ice type trade. But when you've got kind of highs and testing of highs going on here with high average trade size, that's professional activity getting out. Anyway, longer time frame tick bar charts now on the 13,500 tick bar chart. So this was the high that was shown at 35 today. We had just an unbelievably strong move down, all the way down. Professionals have come back in at the lows at 1300. I mean, this is a gift after 30 points in a day, so there's no wonder that they're kind of stepping back in. But I don't think that's the end of the move. We have to, in terms of exhaustion buying, we had all this exhaustion buying professional activity here at the end of yesterday. We've now got a similar type of exhaustion selling on the downside happening here. So, but we have to put in a little bit of congestion. We have to form some kind of pullback and an end of trend warning signals on the lower time frames. So in terms of the 4,500 tick bar chart, again, this was the exhaustion selling that we had that set up this down move. we're now, because we've broken below another cyclical support area here at 13.15 with an end of trend, we're in a down cycle here. Professionals have come in, we've got this exhaustion selling and so on, but tomorrow we're going to have to make pullback and end of trend warning signals and divergence patterns before we get some kind of strength going the other way. So that's what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow and the next couple of days. Anyway, hope your trading went well today, and I'll tag on my day trades at the end of this video. Okay, just gone short at 13.30 even, and just a couple of minutes after the open we got some data releases at 9 o'clock, so just trying to put in one trade before those kind of come due. We've got a downswing on the 1500 tip bar chart here. This blue professional bar hasn't been taken out to the highs, so because we've broken through cyclical support here on the 500 tip bar chart, this could just possibly break into a trend move. A little bit oversold in terms of volume, but it is kind of going my way, so let's see what happens. Okay, just out at 28 for 2. Quite glad to be out. That just coincided with an end of trend that's going to come up on the 500 tip bar chart, just using a 2-point stop. And a little unclear as to what this blue professional bar is here with. That's kind of selling down or kind of getting in. We had Rambo patterns here. Ideally you'd see kind of a professional bar kind of start to come in here, and that would show the end of this move was kind of, here we go, we've got a professional bar on the 4500 tip bar chart. So I think we're going to get a little bit of a bounce from here. So anyway, we're short just on this break below cyclical support and out effectively at the end of trend on a 2-point target. Okay, just short at 27.75. Checking stops and targets. Come back into this cyclical. Was support, it's kind of become resistance, and we had amateur bars up here at the highs. No blue professional bars right here at the lows. I was expecting this 1500 level to kind of hold, and we'd kind of rally from there, but we didn't. We kind of sunk through it. Got exhaustion selling on the downside, but no blue professional bars kind of come in here. We had little Rambo patterns, which was showing that we kind of, this breakout was being led by the amateurs, and then we rallied back. We've got a little blue professional bar here. So I'm actually guessing we're in a downtrend already. I was expecting this to take an hour or two to develop, and we kind of have to go back up and form a second cyclical turn or something like that up at 30.32. Anyway, so short at 27.75. Okay, I just came out at 25.75. The market's moving really quickly. We just had the ISM numbers kind of come out. The reason for getting out then was blue professional bar kind of coming on the 1500 tip bar chart. We had all of these bullish divergent signals down here. Had my target at 23.75, but we just didn't get taken out on this push down. Anyway, so that's another 2. See what happens next. Okay, just gone short at 25.50. Might be pushing my luck here, but this last push back into 28, all these blue professional bars kind of come up. It's a pullback in a downtrend move, and so we've got some cyclical energy to the downside here. Not seeing kind of blue professional bars at the lows on the 4500 tip bar chart. Okay, here we go. So really I should be playing this to the end of this kind of cyclical turn, which will be an end of trend on the 1500 tip bar chart. Okay, just out at 23.50 for another 2, and the reason for coming out now is end of trend warning signal on the 1500 tip bar chart. Well, it's still going. Plus blue professional bar kind of coming at the lows. We've got a little bit of bullish divergence here. This will probably be a bullish divergence or a flush signal on the 1500 tip bar chart. So it's very late on this entry at 25.50 to get short here. But I was just trying to figure out what the professionals have been doing after the ISM and the construction numbers kind of came out. It's kind of in retrospect, it's fairly obvious what they were doing. They were getting short at the highs here, but it's different when it's in the heat of battle. Okay, so let's leave it there. Maybe see if something kind of a bigger move kind of sets up. Okay, just gone short at 22.50. And the reason for doing this, we got rainbow patterns up here at 23.5. Amateur bar on the 1500 tip bar charts just shows this kind of, professionals kind of came in here with exhaustion selling and so on. But at this cyclical turn, this is kind of amateurs getting going a little bit too early. So we're going to go back and test down to 21. On that last trade, the profit target actually would have worked out. It's 21.50 and that got taken out on the low. So, live and learn, but I was happy to be out. Just came out at 21 even. And I don't know why the recorder's taking a little bit longer to start today. A little bit of delay, but blue professional bar, flush signal, cyclical turn kind of down here. 21 was the low before, so we pushed down by, it looks like 3/4 of a point. It's not unusual for that to run some stops or whatever, just to flush out some sellers. It's a Rambo pattern kind of down here. So it'd be interesting. I think we're going to get some kind of counter trend move soon. This might be kind of some kind of setup. We're certainly overdone in terms of end of trend on 1500 tip bar chart. So anyway, that was out at 21 for another 1.5. And of course, just as I'm recording this, we keep on going. Anyway, okay, just short at 13.08 even. It's kind of back later on this afternoon. Hoping for this move to keep on going. It's been an extraordinary kind of down move. So I'm trying to catch some tail end because trend moves like this tend to close at the extreme. So the reason for taking the trade now is we've had 1500 tip bar chart cyclical turning point, exhaustion buying on the 500, a flush signal here, and coming up into this 1309 level, amateur bars. So here we've got a Rambo bar here, so just short at 13.08 even. Just a few minutes later, and still holding this short trade. Came into 13.05 down here, cyclical turn on the 15. Probably should have got out at this point, but I did not see blue fractional bars at the lows. There was kind of a bullish divergence signal here. On the 500 tip bar chart, we could see kind of a divergence, blue professional bars kind of coming out at the lows here and divergence signals. This little down bar here was actually, in retrospect, a good little signal to go long, because that's, although it's an extremely strong downtrend day, that's a little kind of test of the lows with an amateur bar. So still holding. We're coming up to another cyclical turn on the 1500 tip bar chart. We kind of come back up to the entry point. So with strong trending days, we do tend to finish on the extreme. So what I'm looking for is just a good entry that'll kind of take me into the close, hopefully with kind of an extreme. Although the target on this is 13.04. We've had a huge down day. If we move to that and make new lows on this next kind of push down, that'll be good. Okay, just reversed and went long at 8.25. Unusual kind of activity just on this last kind of push down here. You can see it was an amateur down bar. You can probably barely see this little bar here, tiny little bar at 13.07. That's actually an amateur yellow bar right there. But this kind of push down just suggests, and you can see it on the 45, that the amateurs were kind of pushing down to these lows. And when we broke above the high of those, we're going to have a little bit of a run to the upside until we get a cyclical turn here on the 4500 tip bar chart. So that's what I've done, reversed at 13.0825. Let's see if I've got this totally wrong. And just reversed and went long at 13.07. Went short 13.0725. Just trying to catch this last kind of move down of the day. It was at 246 Chicago. So wonder if we're going to make kind of new lows. That'd be interesting. Anyway, so short at 725. Okay, just came out at 475 for 2.5. So a little bit of shenanigans at the bottom. Shouldn't have been reversing and going long at this point here. That was dumb. Should have kept my short. Should have on this last trade down. Should have got out here at this cyclical turn and then kind of re-entered with these blue bars on the high here. But live and learn. Anyway, ended up ahead, so that's fine. I'm happy with that. Anyway, so it's 3 p.m. Chicago time. We did kind of make new lows. Looks like we're going to end on the lows. So quite a day. What a day, in fact. And just final recording, it's 3:15, markets just shut and we closed at through 13.01 even, just unbelievable.